right, Tom. Well, I believe things are good to go now. We should be ready to dive on into Breeze. And you know, all I wanted to know from you, Tom, was I had to change the batteries, mate. Sorry about that.
Okay.
It's one of those little flat ones. It's a whole thing, but we got through it. So Tom, I gotta ask, man, who's taking this one? Who's winning Breeze? Because G2, man, it's one hell of a tough bounce back, but there's barely any information there for FPX. You know, they haven't played against another EMEA team outside of CIS yet. There's all these conflicting points of info, but I have to just go off the momentum that FPX have got after map 1. I mean, surely that's tough to bounce back from.
Yeah, for sure, but I will say that G2 have proven themselves to be quite resilient at this point. Like, I'll be honest, I think most people's predictions didn't even have them close to making it through in this playoff stage, and they've done far more than that. They're in this final stage. I do think it's going to be tough playing up against this FPX attack, but yeah, you know, I think they can handle it. You know what? I'll give this one to G2.
Okay, you're going to give this map to G2. I'll stick with FPX for now. They picked the map. They look better overall. We'll see how things develop though. For here, FPX attack side, couple of pistols to play with, and a bit of aggression out of G2 that they haven't quite caught just yet. We're gonna see a couple of skirmishes going down, and it's G2 coming out ahead in those. Now able to just back off and play the default holds on the sites, as they've got more than enough of an advantage. Well, maybe they don't. Maybe they want a little bit more. Looks like Nukia got greedy, went out for a peek on middle. He's lost his life. I expect the rest of G2 will be a little bit more cautious at this point. Problem being, you look at Meadow over there on B, he's all by himself. And FPX, well, they're tending towards this area, slowly making their way over.
30 seconds left.
Detected. Looks like they're going to try to blitz on out the cage on the right. They've been spotted out by Meadow. He'll get the snake bite down, but not quite in time. Zipban goes bolting through it to take the opening. The shot connected by Sagetsu makes this so difficult now. The spike can actually be planted if they get around, but there's the shot. Avova connects it just in time, and he's going to be able to delay them a couple more seconds. That plant, though, it's going down by Zipban. They're not able to catch him. There's the shot. 3 kills already under his belt. 1 more to find. It's so close. Mixwell down to 1 HP, and the shot will be found by Zipban. FPX get the first.
One tricks when we first saw them, like they'd use, maybe they wouldn't even really use jet that much a lot of the time. Now this man seems to be a jack of all trades, but to an incredibly high level on it as well, something that for such a young player is incredibly impressive.
An unbelievable round to start things out, and if you're G2, you're trying to come into this one positive and, you know, really shake off all those negative vibes that are stuck with you from the previous map. Well, when someone comes in and does that to you on round 1, it's certainly not going to work any miracles for the mental. They've invested a decent bit here. It's mainly into marshals, but the problem is when you look at these G2 players, nobody has got shields to work with. So those marshals will need to connect a headshot for 2 body tags in G2's hands, but FPX only need to hit it in the body, and it's as easy as can be. Now, they will at least be able to find Batty G, but from here, you know, we're talking about ranged fights against rifles, against scoped weapons. That's predictably going to go in FPX's favor, although they end up losing Zipman as well, so a little bit of damage.
Massively impressed with this Viper, and I think that the way you actually play Viper on this map really works for someone who is more of that Sentinel player, so giving him a little bit more freedom and maybe even the opportunity to be a bit more proactive as well, which even on his Omen he used to be.
This run here for G2, they've got rifles and they've pushed mid, Tom. Look at how fast they're coming down here to try and reinforce the A site. Hoodie is going to hold on well with a nice shot connected. Avova, though, has been spotted. Still, the rest of his team are here to help, and Hoodie just keeps on delivering, tapping away with the Guardian in hand, leaving Sagetsu to do it all. Although Hoodie is low and maybe Sagetsu can get that kill, it's Mixwell and Meadow that I'm worried about. You know, these guys are on full health. They're up against a Bulldog as well, so it's not even a world where if Sagetsu can hit the headshot that he wins, he's actually got to hit the headshot and then some more. You know, follow up that spray onto the body, and you're seeing here that ain't going to be too easy now that they know where he is. They've got to crossfire up, and yeah, there's Hoodie. That was a one-shot kill. The rest of these are going to be tough with 40 seconds left.
Even still, though, any extra damage he can do, it's not bad. Like, sure, they definitely did have a rifle other than this, but it seems like Meadow's got an incredible read on the scenario, and well, it's not going to be anything more. But still, 3 kills.
You're running up against this buy round for what is effectively the first time in how they're going to play it, buy versus buy. We saw last round super quick response from G2. They got pressured on A immediately. They were rushing down mid with 2 players. They had this wall in play to allow them a lot of cover on the move down. I like that for quicker rotations. The problem is when you lose the control now, like FPX have seized it, what do? And it looks like they want to fight for it and really crunch in on these players already. Nuke is able to grab one, Cloudburst and dash out of there. That's a free opening duel. And at this point, you're going to be pretty happy to give up mid control for a man advantage.
Well, they know as well that it's possible that someone at this point has managed to slip the net. Bit of an awkward fight, and whilst I get to it, he at least gets one. Now the push coming back through, and Mixwell's looking to try and take some extra ground. He's going to walk into the majority of the opposition, but he gets away with it. And now even has support to try and hold on to that cross as well. He won't be able to escape the drone, but he will be able to escape the players.
Yeah, that aggression might seem crazy, but he was waiting for this rotate to come through from Nukia. You know, for a split second, he was vulnerable from being put to play this perfect bait, just running away. They're coming after him to hunt him down, and Nukia just slips out from backside, takes that double as easy as can be. I mean, they played perfectly into G2's hands there, unknowingly, of course. And now they're left with just pistols, just sheriffs coming into this round. Not even an ultimate to play with. You know, Angel just one away. If he could grab an orb or grab a kill, that would be fantastic to at least get the Blade Storm. But for the most part, we're expecting a relatively flat round to come out of FPX.
Well, he already got the first orb, so he can't take it again, unfortunately. I was wondering if they double back in towards B and just manage both, but obviously the second one in B has a lot more risk about it and normally has to use some utility and counter. On the other side as well, Nuclear has his available, so it's a round where it's going to be incredibly tough for FPX to get anything done. And again, they're almost just hoping that there's some sort of slip up or mistake. And by the looks of it, they're just going to try and burst in towards this A site.
And here's Avova canceling out the utility, so now closing in that distance so much more difficult, but Angel does a good job of it anyways. They know roughly where Avova is, although he's got backup. The Blade Storm of Nukia happy to take the fight on range. He's even coming in late. Maybe he can save that rifle. No, he can't because he's being shot. Oh, this is getting very dangerous indeed. Angel coming in with a quick kill. Now that Blade Storm's here for 2 and a little bit more maybe. Narrowly missing. Mixwell gets away with it.
It's impressive because I feel like having the raw individual skill, like if it was a Reyna, I wouldn't be that impressed.
Of course.
But it's because he still seems to just have that maneuverability of like any Jet who's been playing it for an incredibly long time. Like his dash usage is very good. His positional taking is very good. Like a lot of the time he'll just be using his dash to actually just get past certain angles that he knows people are going to be watching. And then also his Blade Storm, because it's very different to most weapons you're going to be using in this game. Like, sure, if you're on a pro level, a lot of the time you can do some damage with it, but he looks incredible with it.
Yeah, it really is an interesting arc because, you know, I never want to imply, because there's definitely going to be like the experienced CS viewer out there that knows Angel from his past will be like, yeah, of course he can deliver well here. And that's, no one's like, what, Angel's capable of this? No, it's not that. It's the fact that he pivoted to it with a couple days notice. And he's able to deliver this well.
After not playing for 4 weeks.
Exactly. He hadn't been playing, and then when he had been playing before that, it wasn't this. And he's pivoting into his own team with all these IGLing differences happening, with Artis being in and Batty G replacing Angel, and then Angel having to come back in and replace Artis, and now he's playing this duelist role, and he's making it all work so well. It's just incredible what an insane player he is. FPX on the way to the B site. Mixwell's running away, has to use his anchor to get out of there. Zipman, oh, he's going to go down. That slow was deadly.
Yeah, this is already looking nigh on impossible. They need someone to make a mistake, and Mixwell holding the angle with an operator. Oh, okay, the quick switch. We've seen that one before, but he even chimes in with a third. The operator shutting things happen again. Like, you cannot allow Nuclear to be that deep, not have any controller connector, and basically be funneled into mid.
What really blows my mind is just seeing that initial slow in from Mixwell. You know, he's got the detection there. Wow, this is lambs to the slaughter. You know, I mean, they've got pistols, so it's not too much of a surprise. But Yeah, you know, it's the fact that Mixwell was able to slow them coming out of connector as well, so they couldn't explode the way they wanted to. And the Hunter's Fury came in, obviously, on the back of that info that they're stuck in a very narrow hallway and they're slowed, you know?
Of course, if you're Mixer, you kind of have the backup plan, but they're actually consistently switching up what battles they're taking in the early rounds. You can see him now peeking in towards B main, and after seeing nothing, already starts the quick switch. But as said, pace change. That's the end of the game.
Looks to have worked to at least seize them this space, but they ran right into the operator. Flash over from Avova as he looks to deal with the players inside of Cave, and he does exactly that, man. A quick and clean double kill. Angel's on 30 HP after the initial attempt to entry through. He's gone, and this is looking just like the eco. You know, G2 make this one look clean, make it look easy.
Damn.
A 6 on the board flawlessly.
Look like there's any sort of response just yet. Like the quick take into A, it was just met with Avova doing a great job of slowing them down, and then a very quick rotation. And again, because the previous round wasn't really spotted for Nuclear, he's just gone back to the same spot again, watching to see if they try and challenge for Tube.
Oh, Mixwell's about to get an opportunity here, but I think it's a quick peek, a very quick, in fact. Dash in to take the control. Mixwell's going to hold it, but... Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, they've got to contain it, right? Angel could have walked around behind. He could be in spawn. Like, that's a big danger. But they make the rotate. I think Hoodie even saw him, and that's the key. Once you see the Jet is still there, you know that he's first man. You know he'd be the one behind. Good pullback by Mixwell. They've got spawn control as well. He's comfortable playing from here. I guess the only downside now is that his anchor doesn't really work for him.
Well, I don't know if he's going to need it. Again, these rotations have been quick. They're locked in. They're boxed in because there's Avova flanking from behind, and it's just going to be a single kill. These rounds have been fantastic. Hey, the main way that they might actually steal around is if Mixer or Nuke starts missing some shots, but yeah, it doesn't look likely.
No, it hasn't been happening so far, that's for sure. Push in is caught by Meadow. Good damage, but Angel somehow makes it out of there. I guess he wasn't taking double damage anymore. Gonna get Zipan back up, and the shot's not gonna land either, so that's him up for free. Man advantage, Viper's Pit down, FPX. Well, they might just have that lifeline that they needed.
Yeah, I don't know how you come back into this with a double operator, especially now that you've just lost one of your rifle players. There's also a flank coming back through, which we'll get a lot of information in a second because they're starting to walk back in towards the trip, and Saigetsu is going to catch Nuke before he can do anything else. Hoodie has managed to catch one, and again, if they can make this costly, it might cause a few awkward positions in this retake, and Mixwell finding another again. They're starting to drop some of these players. Saigetsu's spot, though, makes it impossible for them to escape. They've also left that Viper's Pit, and his lurk is nigh on perfect. A third round.
Too often. So it'll be interesting now if they go full mid play into elbow, bypass the Viper's Pit early.
Look at Nuke. He's just walked cave. He's just walked straight into cave.
He's still going.
Yeah, he's just gone all the way down because they've not been fighting it. They've not been playing it. But this is one of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen a player do.
Would a
He's
Viper's
just going to chill.
When you Viper's Pit B especially, who pushes up after? That's just it's so hard to read. You shouldn't expect it. I don't blame them at all. That's a free kill for Nukia. What?
Oh, he's on today. He is on today.
That free kill ain't so free anymore. Nukia's even lit down on low HP on his way back. That flash a little late from Avova. Now they know that he's actually up close. Or maybe they don't. Angel's walking around with no idea. Avova, this man's an enigma. He must be invisible because he's just taking them down. And no one's even firing back. There we go. Sagetsu's found him.
Oh my god. No, he can't go for anything more, Saigetsu. This is ridiculous. He's going to find out where the last man is. It seems like he had the information all along. What an ace from Saigetsu. It was in their heads before he even took off the hat.
That's fantastic. 1 round left to go in the half. We've already got 7 rounds for G2. It's been a pretty good defense, but it was looking to be a stellar defense. FPX have done well to pull back a couple of rounds. Now they look for just one more, and that split through mid slowed down. Viper can't go with the team after being tagged up and detected. Hunter's Fury not quite landing. Look at these players on site top. They're so scared. They know they're about to be crunched on, and now Meadow spotted. He's only good for the one before he goes down. His teammate had already fallen behind him. That's a free plan for FPX. Oh, you're nasty.
If he's not winning the round, he's lurking back behind them. Nuclear trying to find something with this Blade Storm, but why, it's not looking too likely. Still has a rifle behind it, but a 1 versus 3 and already a reposition from Saigetsu just as the last man in case things do go wrong. They have a backup plan for it, and I don't know if they're even going to need it. Nuclear seemingly not even knowing where those remaining players are, and after what was a
margin after a pretty good start from FPX, so pretty much all the boxes were ticked for this to be a dominant win from G2. I was starting to think you were Psychic Tom, but it turns out that we have a much closer map on our hands.
It turns out Saigetsu's cheated, so
yeah,
maybe
exactly,
I'm wrong.
Yeah. He's flipped the switch, hasn't he? Nice flash! Oh, that's fantastic. Angel had no idea what to do, and the follow-up is quick and clean. They move to that site so quickly. Saigetsu can't even make it through the double doors, and he's already been spotted and taken down.
Just don't give him a chance to pre-fire anything. If you just run at him, then he can't guess exactly where you are before you've even shown yourself. But
Standing ahead.
Hey, Xiao, 1 versus 4, turn 3, chances slimmer than ever with the plant already down. And again, you've got to try and isolate some of these fights. Almost hope that they peak a more hoodie. He did, but at the perfect.
Look, if it works, it works. You know, it was funny. We gave a lot of compliments to Saigetsu last map, and he slowed down coming into this, and then picked it right back up. But that first half for Batty G, it's got to be the worst one we've seen out of him. He's had a really shaky beginning here, and with these pistols in hand, we don't expect to see anything. But the next buy round, we're looking with a lot of pressure towards FPX.
Last player standing.
Volv almost got taken down there.
Gun here.
Oh, a classic for a classic. Don't see much of an opportunity for anything else. And yeah, relatively clean out from G2. Like, it's winnable.
Oh, it definitely is. Yeah, the range capability, even on Nukia alone with that Marshall. That's a lineup there. Brought to you by Jonas. He's dead that one, especially for Xiao. Sabotaging the enemy, and I like it. It's a good plan for Liquid. Didn't work though. FPX getting pressured. Angel down already. Xiao's here to help, but he's now on 40 HP. Luckily, he's got a friend as well. Saigetsu right beside him. Recon actually might reveal 1 or 2. Still inside the orb though, so sadly not this time. Good damage.
One enemy remaining.
Ain't gonna last all too long. These trades
down
coming in
A.
thick and fast. I gotta say, for G2's buy, they've done a remarkable job. And we mentioned Nukia having the Marshall. Went to his Sheriff, but it wasn't gonna work.
Not a pay for you, and that's the other thing. Like, you want to be investing into this round just because of how close you are to certain things. Like, you've almost got a null command. You're not far away from a Viper's Pit or a Hunter's Fury, and just if you got one player missing a gun, you go, okay, well, if we get any of those ults online, it puts things back to at least an even round.
Mixwell's just deadly with this pistol. The Headhunter is doing exactly that again and again. Oh, Zipan, that's a big mistake. Left it wide open for Mixwell, the player who came in without a rifle, but it certainly didn't look that way.
As well. I think he hit him through the wall and managed to get an assist onto that final player. Grotesque stuff. And yeah, again, that's why we sort of talk about this agent being so powerful at the moment. FPX are in real trouble because you have to bear in mind that although the last round seemed like less of a bonus for G2 because of the weaponry that they had, this still had to be a better round from FPX because they only survived with a couple of players. They are not in a good spot financially, and that's why Saigetsu is going, yeah, I may have been able to ace things earlier, but a 1 versus 4 where everyone's looking for me, I'm not really fancying that one.
Yeah, no surprise whatsoever. That timer gonna tick away. Look forward to the next round where G2 got a nice comfy buy. Obviously, they got 4 players still alive. They're going to be coming into this one with confidence.
Takes that by quite a margin.
This goes here, that goes there.
Yeah, you can definitely see that so far. I think that Mixwell in general is making a case, you know, with this agent with the abilities that he's got, the Headhunter in particular, but now we get to see the tour de force on this attack side. Looking to see some space. Now, obviously, that wall up's going to block him off, but it's going to be going down in just a moment. And that's when he looks to take that space, take those duels. There's a few players here as well. But he has been spotted. And at this point, no one's going to peek. No one's crazy enough to do that.
He's like, no, you're not tagging me again, but I'm also not going to shoot it because I don't want to waste one of my bullets. Finite resources, but they still haven't managed to reclaim that control. Again, though, the positioning is almost exactly as mentioned. They've got 4 players on this side of the map. The one just defending that B-side solo with all of the utility and with the rifle. So there's potential in this round. The problem for FPX is they don't know how much ground they've lost because they don't have anybody watching elsewhere. They've got a few peaks here and there coming through from Angel, but at this point, they could have lost so much control.
Vova's going to at least manage to suppress on the other side, so no flashes coming out of Zipan or anything like that. But really, they've pigeonholed themselves in with 30 seconds left. G2 wants to go to the A site, and they have to at this point. Still, it's only Pistols they're up against. As long as they don't run into this unaware, they should be fine. Oh, God. How is this happening? There's only 2 players left alive. There's only 10 seconds left. They've got to start this plant soon on this attacking side, and they can't. They've got no players, Tom. They've lost the round. I think you've got a strong pitch there. I'll get you in contact with Angel. We'll see if we can make it happen. I want 10%.
I'll drop Pecker a message.
Well, 1:30 on the clock here. 3 rounds between them. FPX got the op in the hands of Angel. He's yet to find any contact, though. We heard the op ring out just a moment ago. The space is being fought for. It's middle that G2 want to skirmish on. You see that rotate coming around. The Viper and Sova starting to make their way up. Poking out, making sure no one's coming through double doors or starting to get aggressive down middle. But I think they want to fight onto Shao and at least push these players out from being able to grab the information there. Either that or they're trying to bait them into fights right now. It felt almost like a Vova was trying to cause them to push mid. And actually, he kind of has. That was awkward.
Oh, okay. I think Nuke actually was still in the dash animation. That's why he doesn't manage to get that kill. Otherwise, I'm almost certain that Angel would have been dead. It looked weird when you see it. You're like, why didn't you kill him? It's like, oh, you just dash forward to try and get him. Instead, though, they've still managed to take an awful lot of space, but they are a man down. Has he managed to dodge it? Yes! Nuke's going to get quite a bit of ground. They're too busy watching everything else that's currently going on. So he's currently just making that sneaky little play through behind them. Everyone else on the team is almost just waiting for this bait to come through, but it needs to work because they're running out of time. And if anything, he needs more than one. He spots the turnaround, doesn't get the second, but Hoodie has. And now Batty G on the site, he needed to survive. Instead, he's dropped.
Yeah, I think they'd even seen Batty G as well, so they knew that he was around here, making sure they were clearing him out. Viper's pits down to secure the round. G2 looked to have this one in the bag. Sort of tough to imagine FPX getting any sort of space back into this one. They don't have anything to deal with the Viper's pit. They have half the players to work with, and Nukia, well, he's already thought about that. He's ran the calculations and said, you know what, these guys are going to save, especially with that operator they probably have. So he's gone over to the site to wait for them. The welcoming party's already found the first Angel spotted. He'll get away with it, though. Everyone else is way too far away. Spike's going to explode. He should be able to save the weapon. So at least an operator carried forward, but it definitely strikes me as worthwhile for Nuki to go and take the extra weapon out of FPX's hands.
Yeah, there is very much a reason why this man is probably one.
That's been the old FPX Angel, though, right? They had the same kind of storyline.
I'm pushing mid. Yeah. We know.
Brimstone, I'm pushing mid. I'm running it down. Like, I've won the round. I've killed 4. The lead for G2, exactly what they wanted. You know, this map being their opponent's pick after how devastating map number 1 was. And then how this one started out with that 4K clutch from Zipan. I was feeling really bad for the G2 guys, but like you said, Tom, this is a team that's shown time and time again that they can come back, that they don't just get one bad performance and write themselves off for the rest of the game. They're in it to win it.
Yeah, for sure. They're a team that I'm very, very happy they're representing EMEA Iceland because, yeah, if there's a blip on the radar, they're going to be willing to try and fight that one back. Again, it's going to be the opening started onto Angel, and a lot of it comes down to Saigetsu. He's being completely surrounded. It's such a tough position to try and hold on to. He has absolutely no support. Still manages to get 1 for his troubles. They've lost space, but Nuki in an incredibly audacious position turns it back into a 3v3.
Oh, look at that utility. Just a moment too late. It caught Hoodie, and then the second shock dart caught him. The rest of the damage. Oh, Mixwell looked away at the wrong moment. And Meadow's being spotted. They know just where he is. At least the first will be found. Meadow in for another, but he cannot get away, out of ammo and out of luck. There's the defuse coming through for FPX. And they needed this round. That's 11-8. And I'm not entirely sure where G2's economy is going to be at coming out of this one. They might have a little bit.
Had that in the bag because he's been incredible as one of those additions to G2. Again, though, you sort of mentioned it. It's not the prettiest of purchases, but if your only vulnerability is that Nuke is on a pistol, then you'll probably survive.
You'll hear it time and time again, the word pressure being used. 99% of the time, it's going to be negative connotation, but a surprising amount of players, at least from me talking to them and from when we look at some LAN events, play better or at least feel more comfortable when it comes to playing games with pressure. They're like more focused, you know, more dialed in. You don't come in lazy to that game. You don't get 2 hours sleep the night before. When it comes to a high pressure game, you're taking that shit seriously all week. So when it comes to the game, you're showing up, you're performing. And I think that right here for G2, after map 1 and everything like that, they've pinched themselves. They've woken up. This is a big push, though.
Angel just went through. How did he get away with that? He ran straight through their smoke into 2 people and still gets a kill. The man literally has no fear. Still, though, we've ended up in a 3v3 even situation and them trying to break back in.
It's unreasonable stuff. Oh my, he almost got him. Meadow's 4 HP and he's gone down. That might have even been a leg tag. I'm not sure. Volva's gone. Hoodie's in the open. Another clutch attempt at 30 HP.
What?
Angel, are you all right, bro? Sugetsu's got to clutch this one now, and he's lost it out. 12-8, and that's he's super low. Maybe not 30. I think he was tagged up by 2 different players, so maybe he just wanted the rifle because he thought half HP, right? Didn't want to use a classic and throw the round. Thought he could get the rifle safely, but that's a huge, huge misread in terms of how much space, just in terms of geometry, I guess. Zipan gonna try to take some of the utility out of their hands, and Meadow's gonna follow up with a kill. It's at least a good start from what was ultimately I just noticed where that poison orb is, actually. It's a huge gap in it. They've panic thrown that in a little bit too late, I think.
Oh, they're not going to check the box. They're going to check the box. Saigetsu gets one for free. Angel has found another, and now it's left all onto Mixer. I'm pretty sure Batty G thought the round was already over, and it's not! Mixer is going to take it